They represent our commitment to recruitment, retention, and the overall well-being of our law enforcement officers. They also show our commitment to transparency, accountability, and the collective safety of our entire community.
Right now at 5 o'clock, a look at LMPD's latest class of recruits moving into full-time roles as first responders.
And as those new officers take their next step, city leaders are highlighting new contracts they say will bring even more recruits over the next few years. WHAS11's Connor Steffen reports.
As the department welcomes 17 new officers, it's boasting about the benefits they'll receive under 2 proposed Louisville FOP contracts. The 120-plus pages between both collective bargaining agreements tackle issues such as working conditions, job benefits, and salaries.
We're now at a space where we need to be competitive in our wages to ensure that we are attracting the best and brightest officers.
Under both proposals, all LMPD officers and sergeants would see a 7% boost in pay. Another round of raises would take effect in July, bringing starting officer pay to just over $60,000 a year.
We got in at the right time. And
but for some of the newest recruits,
salary had nothing to do with it. It's kind of just a calling that I had.
The department has so many things to offer. After 3 years on patrol, you can do other specialty units, and I love that about LMPD.
As of April 2nd, LMPD says the force is still short 280 officers.
It's attracting folks that are already in law enforcement, and it's also getting people from around our city. People who want to be part of the solution.
With this set of contracts, city leaders hope to keep LMPD attractive to young potential recruits as it competes for officers with surrounding police departments in Jefferson County, the state, and beyond. Now that both parties have agreed on terms, all that's left is for Metro Council to take a vote. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, WHAS 11 on your side.
City leaders say some potential recruits are going to departments in J-Town, St. Matthews, Lexington, and Covington.
LMPD is investigating a homicide in Portland that happened on Nelligan Avenue. Officers found a man with several bullet wounds around 10 this morning. First responders pronounced the man dead at the scene. Police don't have any suspects right now. They're asking anyone with information to call them at 574-LMPD.
And right now, crews are investigating after a structure fire in Louisville's Hazelwood neighborhood. Louisville Fire Department responded right after 4 this morning. The department says the lot was labeled as vacant with a do not enter sign. Crews found a 2-story building engulfed in flames. We're told it took 24 firefighters just less than 15 minutes to get it under control, and fortunately, no one was hurt. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Now to a big court case that could change this year's Kentucky Derby. Zidane Racing Stables was in the courtroom today. They are suing Churchill Downs to get a temporary injunction against what it calls the track's illegal ban of trainer Bob Baffert. Baffert's horse Muth won the Arkansas Derby earlier this year, but because of that ban, Muth didn't get the 100 points that normally would automatically qualify for the Kentucky Derby. Well, Zidane Racing Stables says that ban has no basis in law or in fact. Meanwhile, Churchill Downs says lifting the suspension would threaten the safety and integrity of races at Churchill Downs by changing the qualification rules just before the Derby. Today in court, the judge in the case said he would deliver his ruling by the end of the week.
I will write an opinion, promulgate it to the electronic filing system that we now all use for civil matters in Kentucky, and you'll know sometime before the end of the week.
And once we get a ruling in this case, we will be sure to update you on air and online. Today, we're hearing from one of the people who's accusing the University of Kentucky's former swim coach of sexual assault.
The suit claims Lars Jorgensen sexually assaulted the swimmers, and the school purposefully disregarded multiple reports of inappropriate and sexual relationships. It names athletic director Mitch Barnhart, the school, and Jorgensen. Former swimmer and assistant coach Briggs Alexander and a Jane Doe filed the lawsuit last week. Alexander and his attorneys held a news conference today discussing those allegations.
That's what's hurting me the most right now in this moment, because Title IX office is there to protect us as student athletes. When our coaches aren't protecting us in this situation, he wasn't. We should have been able to trust the Title IX office, and none of us could.
Now, Mitch Barnhart is not commenting on this lawsuit as it's pending litigation, but the University of Kentucky did say in a statement, our athletics department takes those issues and those policies very seriously, as the welfare of all of our employees and students is a priority.
Taking a live look outside right now, certainly a little taste of summer over the last few days. Temperatures in the 80s.
I cannot believe it's like, what, 85? Is that what we heard?
Right
wow.
now. Yeah, I know, and we could get a little warmer. We're still warming up out there, loving the sunshine. It feels comfortable, so we're going to stay dry the rest of the evening, thank goodness. But with this warm weather, it does create some energy in our environment. Not tonight, but tomorrow night, there is an update on the amount of storms that we could see and the storm risk here in Kentucky and Indiana. But let's focus on here and now. 85 degrees, blue skies right now, 82 over in Bowman. We are very windy out there, 40 miles per hour right now. We are gusting here at the airport, so hold two hands on the steering wheels today. It is going to remain pretty breezy here for the next few hours. But the radar showing barely any clouds out there, nice and clear. The storms are mainly off farther to the north across Ohio, so we just missed out on that chance of seeing a pop-up storm. We were talking about that chance, but now it's trending dry. We have some drier air mixing in. So over the next few hours, we'll be slowly cooling off to low 80s, upper 70s by 8 p.m. tonight, staying nice and dry. Tomorrow's another warm day. We will have some sunshine with it. High of 84 degrees. Beautiful setup again tomorrow, but tomorrow night, that's when we need to stay on top of the weather. So beautiful sunshine in store throughout the majority of the day tomorrow. We will see those clouds build as we head towards the evening, and this update really did trend the storms a little bit farther to the north, and we did upgrade our risk off farther to the west. I'll talk about those impacts that we can see tomorrow night, and also a look ahead at your weekend with Thunder over Louisville this Saturday. Shay?
All right, Colleen. Well, speaking of, we're officially 3 days away from Thunder over Louisville. On the Indiana side of things, it's going to look a lot different this year.
Yeah, I'm surprised we're so close to it. With a long stretch of construction and an influx of visitors coming into the area, officials want to inform everyone how to stay safe. Jose Alonso tells us more.
One of the biggest takeaways we heard from Indiana officials is that you should have a plan if you're attending this event. This construction on River Road is going to be only one of the many factors in traffic congestion in the area.
I will remind everyone that there are tens of thousands of people that come to southern Indiana over the course of the entire day.
Safety is the main focus of Indiana first responders. Road closures are expected to take effect starting Friday evening, and if you don't follow JPD's parking directions,
at 8 a.m. on Saturday, those vehicles will be impounded. We need to make sure that those roads are clear for the event area.
Over in Clarksville, Ashland Park is one of the most popular spots visitors flock to, but it's also under heavy construction.
We were shooting to get it done before Thunder. We couldn't make it happen, so unfortunately there's going to be some traffic adjustments this year. The construction zone is kind of from Widows Walk Ice Creamery to the 2nd Street Bridge.
Fences are going up as a safety precaution, but you will still be able to access the park through detours.
With this closure, what about access to food vendors? A majority of the food vendors are usually over in Jeffersonville. We're happy to report we're going to have at least 20 food vendors here on the Clarksville side.
Although the focus is fun, it's also safety for all families.
Watch for debris along the riverbank. We're going to work hard as a city to clean up as much as we can with the river being flooded right now. Currents and the murky water, if your child falls in, it could be a dangerous situation.
So make sure your plan follows all precautions so you can enjoy one of the largest fireworks show in the country. In southern Indiana, Jose Alonso, WHAS11 on your side.
And the Coast Guard's keeping a close eye on river levels ahead of Thunder. Right now, we're just under 21 feet.
Yeah, that means the river is creeping up on Waterfront Park's Great Lawn and the Belle of Louisville's Wharf. The Coast Guard told us that they will have a meeting tomorrow to discuss safety plans.
It's supposed to drop down to 16 feet by Saturday, but that's not including the rain that we're supposed to get in the next 2 days. So please just keep an eye on that if you do plan on launching a recreational boat.
And we'll continue to check in with the Coast Guard about the river conditions ahead of the big celebration.
For all of your Thunder needs, just text the word Thunder to 502-582-7290. We'll send you a link with all of that information right to your phone. You will be ready for Saturday. Now to a new program just announced today to make a comprehensive list of abandoned properties in Louisville and hopefully cut down on squatting. But the city says they really do need your help to make this happen. The pilot program is starting in the neighborhood north of Market Street at 18th and then all the way up to 26th Street. Code enforcement officers are going home to home, doing visual inspections of properties and then creating a comprehensive list. LMPD will also be helping in case people are illegally living on any of those properties. But the best person to help them out is really you. Neighbors see more than an inspector can. So officials are calling on you to report anything suspicious.
If you are aware of any vacant properties near your home, our team will attempt to contact the owners of vacant properties and coordinate times with LMPD and our vacant lots division to clear and secure the property.
Part of the goal is to cut down on fires in the neighborhood. Codes and Regulation Director Richard Price said in that designated area they have had more than 80 fire calls. The inspected homes will be boarded with clear board instead of plywood for even more safety.